between two squares. Think what I've just said is self-explanatory. Let me just write it down and then I'll break it down. So it's the difference, let's see, between two squares. Difference between two squares. So remember, in mathematics, the word the difference, it means you are minusing. It could be two terms there. Then we are saying between two squares. So it should be something which is a base squared. So trust me when I say it is not that much complicated. It is straightforward. Let's maybe do just a few examples there. Let's maybe say you are given a factor there where you have x. I'm not sure why that happens. Let's say you've got x squared minus 25. Now it looks like it's an equal sign. Minus 25. I don't know why I'm trying to write, but it doesn't respond. Okay, 25. So already you have this x squared minus, you see, now it is the difference between, you need to also make this 25 to be something squared. What will that be? So you can test and say maybe 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared, 5 squared. The one that gives you 25, then it is the one. Definitely 5 squared, it is the one that gives you 25. So you see now, it is indeed the difference between two squares. Once you've done this, once you've done this, you are done. Because all that you need to do is just to open up two brackets like that, just like that, and then you rewrite this exactly as it is. You see there, you are having that x. Okay, it's less responsive. So you have that x, and then you also have 5 there. Again, even there, x, and then you have that 5 there. All that you need to do, if you put a plus here, you put a minus on that other side. That's all that you do. And then that should be the end of it. So if you decided to put the plus on that other side, the minus on the other side, it is still okay, or it is still correct. So let's maybe try and do example number 2. Not sure what happened there. Let me just, I think it's the previous notes, but it's fine. I'll just do the undo so that we start on a clean page. So maybe let's say it's example number 2. You are given a factor there, maybe let's say 49, where we minus y squared. So already on the second term, you can see it is raised to the power of 2. You also need to do the same on this one of 49. So there are ways in which you can work it out on your calculator, but for now I can keep it simple to say you can test and say, maybe if you say 1 squared, it gives you what? If you say 2 squared, what does it give you? If you say 3 squared, what does it give you? Say 4 squared, maybe it gives you 16. If you say 5 squared, it probably gives you that 25. If you say 6 squared, maybe something like 30 something. And then if you say 7 squared, definitely this is the one that gives you 49. So that means you have 7 squared minus y squared, and that should be your first step. Then once you've managed to get that part right, you are now having the difference between two squares. You are almost done, because the last thing that you need to do is that one of just opening up the brackets, and then you can just say 7. If you start with a plus on this side, then on the other side it will be a minus. It is just as simple as that. You will say 7 minus y. And that is the end of it. It is as simple as that. Even if we try, look at example number 3. Maybe we can just say a squared minusing 81. Let's see. When it comes to a squared, it is sorted. But what about this one of 81? 81, if I try to remember, I think it is 9 squared. Yes, if you punch 9 squared, it should give you 81. So then, once you've done this, you now have the difference between two squares. So the difference, it simply talks about that minus in between. Between what? The squares. So that's why we said this is the difference between two squares. So now you have your a there. Let's see. You have your a. You can choose to put a plus there. Then you say plus 9. This is a. And then again, if you have your a on this side, then if you had a plus on the other side, then on this side, this is where you are going to have a minus, and that should be the end of it. Maybe let's look at another example. What will the example number be? I think this is example number 4, where we can still say you have let's see, 100 there. Maybe we can minus b squared there. Again, I do know very well that 100, it is the same as 10 squared. Then there you will definitely minus what you are already given, being that b. Once you do this, then you just know you are done. Can just open up those two brackets like that as I'm doing. Then you have your 10. If you put a minus on this side, then it means on the other brackets you will put a plus, and then you are having b there. That should be the end of it. So something which may be seen to be complicated or difficult, not necessarily that it is. Let's say you have 4x squared. Let's maybe say minus, what can we minus there? Let's say 9. Yes. So here, this 4, definitely it can be written as a base squared. So from what I know is that 4 is the same as 2 squared. Then you still have your x squared there. 9 can be written as 3 squared. Once you've done this, once you've managed to do this, then you are done, honorable member, because you just have your 2x there. Should you decide to put a plus there with that 3, so that means on this side, it will still be that same thing, except that the sign in between is a minus on this side, but everything else remains the same. So that is how you would work it out without worrying much about anything else. So I think